Hello traders and welcome to another video review. Today is Friday, October 18th, 2024. Let's find out what's going on the Forex economic calendar for today. Overnight data during the Asian session are pretty extensive, so let's go through it. National core CPI and CPI in Japan beats the expectation of 2.3% with the actual number of 2.4%, but this is still lower than the previous reading of 2.8%. So the CPI in Japan is decreasing slowly. GDP in China in line with the expectations, 4.6%, which is lower than 4.7% last reading. Fixed asset investments 3.4%, in line with the previous number. Industrial production in China 5.4%, increased from 4.5% last time, and the unemployment rate decreases from 5.1%, beats the expectations of 5.3%, and it's worse. It's better than the previous reading of 5.3%. During the early London session, we got the data from the UK in form of the retail sales and core retail sales. As you can see, retail sales beats the expectations of 3.2% with the actual number of 3.9%, which is better than the previous reading of 2.3%. And the core retail sales beats the expectation of 3.2% with the actual number of 4.0%, and the previous number was 2.2%. So retail sales in the UK are beating the expectations. Eurozone Leaders Summit starts at noon, and then we enter the last bunch of the data for today. Building permits, the key event for today from the US, is scheduled for release at 2:30 together with the housing starts. And then we got at 4 o'clock FOMC Mary Kashkari to give a speech. 30 minutes later we got the Atlanta Fed GDP now. 6:10 we got the Fed Waller speech, and at 6:30 we got the FOMC member Bostic to give a speech. At the end of the day we got the US Barker Hughes oil recount and total recount scheduled for release at 7 o'clock, and the last event for today at 8 o'clock federal budget balance. So it looks like the Asian session was pretty intense. London session might start intense as well because of the UK data, and then everyone will be waiting for the building permits data from the US. So let's just start the technical part of our analysis, and we are going to take a look at the euro dollar. Let me switch to the daily time frame chart of the euro dollar because it looks like this movement to the downside is actually entering the extremely oversold market conditions on the daily time frame chart. So as you can see, we got massive amount of the red bars here during the last week, during the last 2 weeks, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, over 2 weeks of the downside movement on the euro dollar after the double top was made around the level of 1.12. Now the key technical support is located at 1.0781, and it looks like the market wants to go there. However, with this extremely oversold conditions, we might see some kind of a bounce first on the daily time frame chart. The price is below the 50 and 100 periods moving average, which is obviously again bearish, and it adds much more convenience to the downtrend that is now progressing and developing on the euro dollar. Just recently we bounced from the newest local low and swing low, 1.0812. We now are testing the technical trend line. This is a 50 periods moving average. We are testing it around the level of 1.0842. So when this test is done, the market might have a chance to test the trend line or just basically reverse. As you can see, we got this lower highs and lower lows, especially lower lows visible here. And just recently the momentum made another lower low, so there is no more divergence on the euro dollar. We talked about it yesterday that there is a bullish divergence on a 4-hour chart on the euro dollar. However, because of this recent lower low, it looks like the on the momentum, of course, it looks like the market is trending strongly to the downside. Then it cares about the bullish divergence. So it looks like we might have another lower low soon. There is a few of the technical supports still present here that bulls can use for a bounce. However, with that kind of a pressure, this kind of a pressure from the bears, it might be quite difficult. Let me just add one more different, let's say, indicator to show you guys the pressure. If we add the also this indicator, also yes. If we add awesome indicator, you can clearly see that there is huge bearish pressure here. That it doesn't actually changes. That it doesn't actually gets the other. Yeah, if we switch it to the okay, fine. It's still red, right? It's still the euro dollar is still under the bearish pressure. Nothing is getting this kind of a pressure than the euro dollar these days. So outlook remains bearish. British pound, because of the recent data, is doing what we wanted to see before, which is of course the bounce to the upside because of the clear bullish divergence. You can see it clear even on the awesome oscillator. There you go, lower low, this is the higher low, and the market is now using this to bounce back up. The local low is located at the level of 1.2976. We'll mark it as a technical support, and now we are heading towards the upper channel or wedge line, roughly around 1.3070. If we break above this level, then there is a yesterday's, no, that's October 15th high, 1.3101, and then there is 100 periods moving average located at 1.3111. Two more technical resistance levels here, so it won't be that easy for the British pound bulls to move higher. Nevertheless, with this kind of a bounce and the positive momentum, you can see the positive momentum here. We broke above the level of 50. It is quite possible for the market to move higher. So please keep an eye on the British pound. It looks like it wants to go up. Because of the Chinese data, let's take a look at the gold, and as you can see, the gold is above $2,700 per ounce. A recent high was made at 2,713, and this is definitely extremely overbought level, despite the fact that the momentum is quite strong and the market is trading above the 50-100 periods moving average and above the local trend line. That's a 4-hour chart. Let's switch to the daily, and on the daily we now have a clear bearish divergence. However, with that strong market, which is trending very strongly as well, we can't say that that's definitely will help bears to do some kind of a pullback or to reverse the trend. Absolutely not. It might be good for some temporary pullback, for some temporary downside movement towards one of these technical support levels, possibly even 2,679. Nevertheless, the outlook remains bullish. The gold is in an uptrend, and it doesn't actually look like anything can stop it for now. We got some data from the China. Let's take a look at the Australian dollar. The Australian dollar on the 4-hour chart right now is trying to bounce, and the recent bounce, that you can see here, was something like this. The recent bounce in a price range was apparently like a 1%, no, 0.70 or 0.85, and this bounce is already 0.90. So if the bulls wants to break higher, now is the time. Otherwise, the bears will make the pressure, and then the market will return to the downside movement. Again, we got this line here, the temporary line that is being used for the bulls as a temporary support, of course. But in order to move higher, we need a bigger volatility, bigger, stronger momentum. Right now 53 points only, so it's barely above the level of 50. We need a breakout higher towards 100 periods moving average 0.6756 to see the positive momentum and the bigger retracement. Otherwise the Australian dollar will likely go back to the downtrend. And last but not least, we are of course talking about the Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin is relentless. It is still trending back to the upside after the 5 waves from the level of 68,401 were done with this high. We went to test the 50 periods moving average, and then of course the bulls started to be much more active, and now we got 3 bars green in a row. We are approaching yesterday's high. Any breakout higher will open the road towards $70,000. So it's pretty strong movement to the upside, and this market doesn't want to stop. Doesn't want to stop moving to the upside. So possibly we might see this kind of a situation here when we have a full 5 waves in wave 3, 1, 2, 3, maybe wave 4 and wave 5 to the upside. So it's a full wave 3 in 5 waves with the strongest momentum. Yeah, from this low to this high is the strongest momentum. So that's a wave 3. That might be the correction in the wave 4, pretty the same as the correction in wave 2. And now we are doing the last wave to the upside, last push labeled as the wave 5, targeting $70,000. That's everything from me for today. Thank you very much for watching this analysis, and I hope I see you guys next time. Take care and bye bye.